You are listening to the White Wall Sessions Radio.
Welcome to the White Wall Sessions Radio. I'm your host, Dan Schaefer. On tonight's show, Nick Anderson and the Skinny Lovers, The Missing Letters, and Twin Lakes. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter by searching the White Wall Sessions. We are now accepting submissions for Season 8. To apply, visit whitewallsessions.com/appear. The White Wall Sessions would like to thank these fine sponsors for their support. Last Stop CD Shop, Bell Incorporated, Workplace IT Management, Ben's Brewing Company, Screenflare, J. Rick Music, The Pink Moon Room, Minuteman Press, and South Dakota Friends of Traditional Music. Nick Anderson and the Skinny Lovers from Eau Claire, Wisconsin, really rocked the studio for Season 7. Their alternative songs are edged with heavy guitar riffs, melodic drums, and driving bass lines.
That's as distorted as I get.
The band has 3 EPs to date: Ephraim, parts 1 through 3. Nick Anderson and the Skinny Lovers are Nick Anderson, vocals guitar, Jeff Durrow Jr., bass vocals, and Ian McAllister, drums vocals.
I've got one thing on my mind. I've got one thing on my mind. Your body on my body, to this puzzle. I'd love to connect. When we finish, oh, too close and good. 'Cause I've got a feeling. I'm talking about gangsters. I'm talking about gangsters. 2 years apart, together seems so far. But I love when our lips connect. Your body on my body, to this puzzle. I'd love to connect. And when we finish, I'll hold you close and good. 'Cause I've got a feeling that I know the reason we're stressed. I'm talking about gangsters. Talking about gangsters. Yes.
Have you ever had to just take a song and say, put it on the shelf, let's try something else, and maybe come back to it a couple days or months or
Often.
later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Often.
There's still ones I wish we'd
The
come
variation is huge. Like some songs just have just like came out and just like happen right away like magic. Like there's no like, oh, we need to figure this out. It's just like there. And then there's other songs that we like hash over for like months because for some reason they just don't come straight out at us the way they're supposed to be. So
One of the
like that sentence.
one of the best
Exactly
things
like that sentence.
is some of the songs that I truly like from this group is songs that Nick wrote, and then he showed them to us, and he's like, I don't really like it. I don't think we should play this song.
Our last song, 24, Nick played to me, as he said, in the basement of that apartment in the tire factory. And he was like, I don't really know if this is great. And I was like, man, I really connected with that.
It's a
and
great
I think
song.
it's really powerful.
Dance Dance, the song
That one
we
too.
just released a music video for. He was unsure about it.
Even Vitamin C had been on
Vitamin C?
had been on the shelf for a while, and then
I'm
we
unsure of
finally
myself a lot.
recorded it. Just how long ago was that when we?
2-3 months.
Ian, maybe me and you make him unsure about everything.
So, Nick, you tend to write about experiences, it seems like. Is
Yeah.
that right? I mean, something happens and there's a song. Is that the way they all happen? Do they just come to you that way, or do you have to fight for them a little bit?
It depends on the song. So if you listen to our album, you'll notice that the first half of the album is a lot more reflective, and the second half of the album is a lot more let's have fun. For me, I started writing music in high school and just had a lot of fun writing music. Then I kind of went through this really depressed period in high school where I actually found out that I have obsessive compulsive disorder. And during that, I didn't really know what was going on with me, but I heard a song on the radio that explained exactly how I felt. And that was the night that I went to my parents and I said, like, look, like, I'm in the dumps, like, I'm down, I need some help. And then I realized, like, the power that music has. So then my songwriting changed, and it was more about, like, okay, I want to write songs that I'm so honest that someone else hears them and is like, hey, that's exactly how I'm feeling. That's exactly what I went through. And then as time went on, I realized, like, I don't have to just write sad songs about the things that are sad that are going on in my life. I can write things that are happy too. It was just so much easier to write the sad stuff because when you're sad, you're like sitting down and you're like, and then you just grab a pen and start writing. But when you're happy, you're doing something.
Let's go play.
Because you're happy, you're playing, you're drinking, you're
Right.
barbecuing.
Totally
So
different
I had
approach.
to remind myself, like, hey, let's go back and revisit that happy moment. And let's write about that. So that was about the middle of the album where I was like, you know what? There's happy stuff too. Let's write about that. So I moved out of that apartment with no windows because I was like, that's part of it. That's why I'm not as happy.
Fortunately, the guy that he kicked out let him move in.
So I asked Jeff if I could move in with him, and I made a change. I was like, I need something to change. So I went up and lived with Jeff and started writing happy songs. And don't even remember what your question was, but
Yeah, no, you answered. That was great. That was great. Did you let him move in just so you could kick him out, or?
It was my thoughts. My girlfriend, she was like, I don't know about him. He's weird and he smells funny.
all true.
So let's talk about your album. Ephraim, it's called. Okay, I had to look that up.
That was originally the name of the band.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
nixed
were
that pretty
unsure about it at first, though, because we didn't know if people would pronounce it right. And
Even know what it means?
Yeah.
yeah,
Guilty.
I had to Google it myself when he said it. I was like, well, what is that? Well, that's kind of cool.
Well, out with it.
So we named the album Ephraim when I was, and don't take this as like we're not a Christian band, but some of us have Christian faith, some of us don't. We're simply a band. But when I was confirmed, I chose Ephraim as the name I was going to be confirmed as because there was a saint named Ephraim that believed in the true power that music has with people. And it really resonated with just that sentence. Like, Ephraim believed that music has power to change.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So the whole album is like based off of that idea and that notion. And that's where I found my sound for this band, is I was like, I want to write music to change.
I worry that I won't reach my dreams before I die. So I'll try to stay awake. I won't fall asleep. And I find myself falling a line, and I'm not sure if it feels good or if I'll get it right. I'm 24 years old, and I still don't know where I'm going. 24 years old, and I still don't know. 'Cause I will fight for something, and I will get it right. I will fight for something, and I will get it right.
Thank you.
Coming up after the break, The Missing Letters.
You are listening to the White Wall Sessions Radio.
Hi, I'm Ben Hanton, founder of Ben's Brewing Company. At Ben's, we've always appreciated the finer things in life, like great friends, great music, and great beer. Ben's Brewing Company is proud to announce our White Wall Session Ale. This light pale ale is sourced from the finest local ingredients and pairs exceptionally well with great friends and great music.
Enjoy responsibly. Ben's Brewing Company, Yankton, South Dakota.
Good people drink Ben's beer.
You are listening to the White Wall Sessions Radio.
Minneapolis rockers, The Missing Letters, returned to the White Wall Sessions studio for Season 7.
Is that better?
Featured in Season 4, the group shared a new set of songs and brought a few new stories. The Missing Letters are Shannon Dramowski, drums, Elliot Herman, bass and vocals, Brian Murphy, guitar and vocals, and Josh Ripley, guitar and vocals.
Perception's validation, waiting through seclusion, curtain call salvation, blank slate stagnation. Oh, you'll find me waiting, promise of the real. Ain't no calling Bastille to tell them how to feel. You'll find it on your own someday. Not alone. There's hope, it's not the end. Today, find yourself a home. The progress that you've made, it shows to be clear. Don't quit before you know your answer is. Silence penetrating, always escalating. Futile conversation, your own divine salvation. You'll find it on your own someday. There's hope, it's not the end. Today, find yourself a home. The progress that you've made, it shows to be clear. Don't quit before you know your answer is here. Your answer is near. Your answer is. The feeling always wrong doesn't have to last forever. The thought was a broken girl. Time together. Thought that I must go. Doesn't have to last forever. Just let the river flow. But you know. There's hope, it's not the end. Today, find yourself a home. The progress that you've made, it shows to be clear. Don't quit before you know your answer is here. Your answer is near. Your answer is here. You'll find it on your own
words will just like kind of like piece themselves together. Sometimes I get stuck for a day or two, but like if I hear a song, like usually it'll make me think of words. So like Josh is always like, I've got this song like written, done, and I've got a melody. I'm like, well, perfect.
Yeah.
I'll
So I'll walk up to him, show him these are the chords, or this is the riff, and this is the chorus, and then I'll be like, here's the melody, and I'll just sing him the melody with no lyrics or just nonsense words, and then he'll just sit down and seriously in like 5 to 10 minutes we'll knock out a song.
Because the song tells you then what it's supposed to feel like and what it's supposed to say.
Yeah, usually it's the sound of the song that makes me think of like what the lyrics should like feel like. It's like more of a feeling that I'm trying to like pen rather than like having this whole story in my head. I'm like, it's going to be like about this. You know, it's just sort of like, this is how it feels.
Yeah, you write it there.
Right away. Yeah.
I like that.
I do the opposite. I'm the story guy. I'm like, okay, this song is about this, so
and
we're
that's
gonna
works
move
too.
through it and digest it.
I'm
one
the same
step
way,
at a
except
time.
I take 8 times as long to write a song as these two.
Yeah.
So I'll sit on a song for a year or 2 years. And
Yeah, he like makes a stew.
I'm
Generally.
I'm a perfectionist.
I'm more
when
of
it
like a
comes to
peel off. I'm
songwriting.
pretty quick about it, and then he's just like a flash fryer. He just cranks it out.
So do you write the lyrics for the song, or do you have you're all good singers. So do you have a certain person in mind typically when you're writing, or does it just, how do you choose who sings it?
I think that whoever comes up with the idea, usually we let them sing it.
If it's any good.
But then there is times
There's
where
one of our second song that we played, or no, third. Or no,
that was
fifth.
not third. It was fifth.
I was thinking of our set last night.
Yeah.
I wrote a song. Me and Shannon wrote a song in the studio. We kind of like got a wild hair, and we were like, dude, let's just knock this out today. And we got this awesome scratch guitar and drum track that just was jumping out of the monitors. And
Elliot and I showed up late.
yeah, they didn't like it when
And
they
so
walked in.
We walked in, we're sitting there, and they're recording it. So we're up in the control room listening to it, and we're both like,
We're like grinning ear to ear, and they're just like, eh.
both of us are like, I'm not really a big fan of this, and I don't know what to do. And and Elliot said to me, he's like, I don't know where to go with this at all, and whatever. And so I was like, hold on, let's just strip it down.
Funny thing, they didn't know I had lyrics for it.
Yeah, he had the whole
weren't
song
good,
already done,
but I had lyrics.
and I was like, hold on. So then I was listening to it, and I came up with the riff, and I was like, there's this riff, and I think the riff can be the melody of the chorus that he's playing. And after I played that riff to Elliot, he's like, okay, now I got it.
I was like, it's got to be this.
And so then
Me
once
and
the-
Shannon walked back upstairs to Elliot's got the notebook out.
love it.
And
By the time we were done,
Elliot's
we'd
like,
written the whole
dude,
thing.
I got lyrics. And I'm like, so do what? What are you talking about? Like,
it was done.
We
and
literally
then
didn't even listen to what he had to say. We're
Yeah,
like, this
and
is
then-
better.
and then
this is way better.
I went down and I was like, well, you know what? I'll go do a vocal take. If I don't like it, we'll see what Elliot's got. And I went down and I didn't even get through the first verse. It was just like, this sucks.
He's like, well,
I don't like it anymore.
didn't
And,
like
and then I was like, Elliot, go do your thing. And he made up 90% of it.
yeah, so
And
it's like, it's
then
like this.
I transcribed it. I listened to the like probably the best take that he did. I listened to it and I wrote down what I thought he was singing, and then a combination of what he had written, what he improv'd, and what I thought I heard became the song.
and
the
that's how
lyrics.
it works.
Yeah.
The song was going to get itself
Yeah,
out there.
it was a
whether-
mess.
Whoever it's going through.
I probably wouldn't try to do that again, but it worked out that time.
Yeah.
It was good.
Elliot and I had fun with that because at first we
Yes.
hated it. And then we were like, how can we change it so we like it?
That's cool. Where is the studio? Do you have a home place?
Well,
Place is
we
awesome.
our first 2 EPs were recorded in Seattle.
Oh,
Yeah, and
why?
The unreleased EP.
yeah. Well, we recorded 2 EPs. We'll be releasing some of the.
So why Seattle? Do you have a preferred place there? or-
That's where our producer lives.
Yep.
Nate
Yeah,
Uchino.
Nate Uchino.
Oh yeah.
He's a wizard.
Yep. He's guitar tech for Soundgarden, or was guitar tech for Soundgarden. And yeah, he's worked on our first record and the second batch of recordings that we did, which we ended up only keeping one of those, and that's going to be our single.
So Lucille is an EP, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then the single, is that Nothing at All?
Yep, Nothing at All is going to be the single that we're still waiting, but we're going to release it.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen
this year.
It's all coming together now.
We keep saying it every year.
Totally.
But it's good because now we've got
2 years
we've got everything lined up. We've got a music video ready to go. We've got like 6 different versions of the song we're going to release, including hopefully.
Yeah, we're excited.
So was that your first music video?
Yeah,
That's our
Yeah.
first
What was that
real.
like?
As a
first one.
Yeah.
I think we all filmed them before, but never at a professional. Well, maybe Josh. I think you participated in a couple, but we definitely haven't done like a big
I've been in
production.
other bands that have done it. Yeah.
So if it's hard to get a song together, different opinions, how is a music video for it? Is that even?
We hire a director, and none of us do anything.
Yeah,
It's best to just to take the reins away from us as far as that goes.
Yeah.
our ask was tell us where to go and what to do,
Yeah, we're
and
just
we'll
like-
try to do our best.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love it. Let's do it. You know.
that's great. The live show, you obviously have a great live show. Matter of fact, did I read that you opened for Bon Jovi?
We sure
handpicked
did.
you?
Yeah, last year.
Yeah, we got picked by Bon Jovi and Live Nation collectively to open for him at the Xcel Energy Center in St. Paul.
Love is lost where it begins. Hardened hearts must lose to win. But it goes and comes again and again. On and on. Bringing and you cut the skin. Don't forget about me now. Oh, the mess you've left me in. Wondering how you can leave me all alone in a house that's not a home. Double flames burn out as one. Undertow of what's been done. Round and round, bringing out the ugly ways, just to show we're not the same. Helping hands deserve the blame. Don't forget about me now. All the mess you've left me in. Wondering how you can leave me all alone in a house that's not a home. Don't forget about me now. All the mess you've left me in. not a home.
Coming up after the break, Twin Lakes.
You are listening to the White Wall Sessions Radio.
Hi, I'm Ben Hanton, founder of Ben's Brewing Company. At Ben's, we've always appreciated the finer things in life, like great friends, great music, and great beer. Ben's Brewing Company is proud to announce our White Wall Session Ale. This light pale ale is sourced from the finest local ingredients and pairs exceptionally well with great friends and great music.
Enjoy responsibly. Ben's Brewing Company, Yankton, South Dakota.
Good people drink Ben's beer.
You are listening to the White Wall Sessions Radio.
Twin Lakes is an alternative indie rock trio from Rochester, Minnesota. Their unique sound is accented by tasteful riffs and progressive soundscapes. The group can be found playing throughout Minnesota and Wisconsin. Twin Lakes is Robert John Bowney, guitar vocals, Judah Smith, bass vocals, and Alex Ortberg, percussion and vocals.
Sell your soul to me.
you.
We're pretty communicative with each other. So if you don't like something, you know, pretty open. If someone's like, hey, that I don't think that works there, try something else. So, you know, we keep it pretty low pressure in that respect of critiquing one another.
Having the friendship with those guys, you know, that stuff is a lot easier to do. Like, okay, he said that part wasn't that great. I think it's I think he's right.
You know, not that it's his say completely, like we get a say, but at the end of the day, I trust him because he's the one who
has the vision.
Has the vision. Yeah, exactly. And I'm helping him achieve the vision rather than trying to impose my own perspective on his vision.
I mean, but then
I love these
then
guys.
there's times where, you know, a collective vision is much the result is so much more than his vision could have ever imagined.
That's where the filling in the gaps, I think, comes in.
Well, and
the bridge of Harim, like that was
and overall, like no matter what, like I'm nothing without like these two guys, to be honest. Like I'm just another guy with an acoustic guitar. And I don't know, God forbid if I ever go back to that.
Yeah, but I would not have joined the band if you were just another guy with acoustic guitar.
So you have one EP, Stag?
Yes.
And did this lineup record that?
No, that was with our previous bass player.
And are you recording now?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Overall, Alex Ortberg's the man. He's recording all our stuff for us right now. But no, for real, we're doing it at Alex's basement, Blue Lagoon Recording Studios.
Recording room.
Yeah.
That's what I like to call it.
So, Alex, you're an engineer too, isn't a drummer?
I am.
The jack of all trades, the master of some.
Master of like two. So that kind of started in high school. I got an itch to learn about the recording side of things rather than just the performance side, which it's not like I'm bored with performing. But it's always nice to know kind of what's going on the other side. That knowledge kind of helps
our bank account.
Yes. That's not what I was going to say, but that's a very good point. Knowledge of knowing what's going on at the board helps you perform.
Sure.
Because if there's feedback issues, you don't just go, right? You don't cover the mic because you know you're not supposed to do that, or in the hundreds of different other applications. So I don't know where I was going with that. Anyways, it is good to know. But yes, so I got interested in that around high school, and then I didn't really know much. I did some recordings. They were pretty bad.
Gotta start somewhere.
You gotta start somewhere, man. And then I went to a master's program, and I found a great program at Berklee College of Music. And little do people know that they have a master's campus in Valencia, Spain. And that's been open for 8 or 9 years now. I think I was the 5th class to go through it.
Really?
So I did my master's degree at the master's campus in Valencia, Spain. And that's kind of just it's like a satellite campus for Berklee, which is based in Boston. So that's where I got my recording chops. And then we decided, my product sounds good enough where we don't need to spend thousands of dollars at a recording studio. So the EP was my basement. This new record is my basement.
And granted,
hey, this is great.
So granted, like with the EP, it seems like we were a band for like 3 months when we released that thing. So like what the purpose of the EP essentially was, we wanted to get something we could show to venues so we could book shows, because we wanted to play as many shows as possible. That was kind of what our plan was. And so like we like
pushed it.
Yeah. Like I did all the guitar trackings, like one guitar. That's all there. All those songs are just one guitar on every single track. It's no layering at all. The drums were boom. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. This time we are taking a lot more time into where like we've layered a lot of guitar tracks on it at least.
Alex just recorded all the drums for it, and since there was a little hiatus when we didn't have a bass player, Alex recorded all the bass parts on it as well.
I see the flame in your eyes, station sign to rise. Taking all of you, I will surely die. Bury me in your holy child, my soul. I got to realize that I did it to myself after all. Ooh, throw me away, 'cause I'll never leave on my own accord. Think I'm going insane. For the first time, I'm not in control. Was it worth it? What you took from me, bargaining my soul for every inch of these sheets. Storm my vice and bring me into the heat. I gotta know why this high feels so damn clean. Feel like a goddamn freak. Addicted to misery. I see the flame in your eyes. Feel the mock with the wild. Too deep and I mean never to reconcile. Feel you in my bones. Both guys to show. So isolated, but yeah, I feel so exposed. Throw me away, 'cause I'll never leave my own accord. I think I'm going insane. For the first time, I'm not in control. Was it worth it? What you took from me, buying my soul for every inch of these sheets. So my vice and bring me into the heat. I gotta know why this life feels so damn clean. My purpose, could you tell me please? I'm feeling low, but I just need another release. Exposing holes and so many seeds. I gotta know why this life feels so damn feel like a goddamn addicted to misery. And I know this could be the end of me. And I know I will love you endlessly, but I don't. I think there's more life touching into my vice. I think there has to be more life in this. Oh, was it worth it? What you took from me, buying my soul for every inch of these sheets. Swap my vice and bring me into the heat. I gotta know why this high feels so damn clean. What's my purpose? Could you tell me please? I've been feeling lonely. I just need another release. Towards the clothes and so in these scenes. I gotta know why this high feels so damn clean. Feel like a goddamn addicted to misery.
Thank you. It's called Fiend. That was off of our Stag EP. Find that on Spotify and iTunes.
The White Wall Sessions is recorded at Last Stop Studios in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and is produced by Spectrum Films Incorporated. Executive producers are Jeff Zuger, Doug Taylor, Greggy Johnson, and Jay Fishback. Head of broadcast is Dave Palmer. Associate producer is Mike Yeager. The White Wall Sessions Radio is produced and edited by Jeff Zuger. Audio recording and mixing by Carl Koiser, Kevin Phipps, and Dave Palmer. Scheduling and artist relations, Tom Eisner. I'm your host, Dan Schaefer. Join us next week, same time, same station.
You are listening to the White Wall Sessions Radio.